And we have this experience to share because we are not just selling software, but we are also sharing cultures and sharing knowledge on the production.
Welcome everyone to MTech Podcast. My name is Nikolai Shitikhin. I have Jim Johnston with me, and today we have a very special guest. So hi Jim and hi Mariane.
Hi Nick.
Hi Nick.
Hi. How are you doing?
We're doing really good. And can I just special, our first guest on the podcast, Nick, so it is pretty special. And we've got MTech's Executive Director for Brazil, Mariane Acordi. And Mariane is based in Blumenau and also looks after the Latin American sales territory for MTech. So hi, Mariane, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for the invitation. I am really happy to participate with you in this journey of podcasts.
All right, brilliant. And we're always welcome to have some guests, and especially good guests. So, and it's always, for me, it's always interesting how people start their journey in this industry. So, Mariana, if you can share with us how you started with poultry and swine area and what drove you to stay in this industry for a number of years.
Okay, Nick, I started a long time ago and my background is on the computer science. Then I was really technical and I was invited to work on the agriculture systems. And long time ago when we developed the first solution, it was a really very simple mobility solution to collect the data from the farms. And it was a challenge on the moment. And in this moment, we discovered that this area was missing a lot of technology and how good this technology and how profitable this technology will be for the companies. And then after that, I never stopped. During my career, then I was very, very lucky to participate and manage an international project to develop a port system with MTech. And I started and I get the flavor to work in an international projects and mixing cultures, managing many culture countries and working with them with the different kind of productions and changing information between countries. And then It is what I am still doing today. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. And Mariana, you've got something like 25 years experience in the industry. And I guess in that period of time, you've seen some significant changes in what's been happening in the industry in Brazil. What have been some of these changes?
Well, Jim, on the beginning or the time ago, the most important thing on the agriculture was to manage the cost, like the chick cost and the carcass cost, the piglet cost and the feed cost, and also looking some KPIs, but especially on the costing. Okay, during these years, we are seeing that other indicators or other informations are taking more and more importance on the process, like a traceability, like a welfare, like a food safety, and also to be able to plan or to adjust your supply chain so fast the market is needing. Like when you need to stop one plant or you need to increase your production or wherever, then this is the main focus in these times.
That's a lot of changes, especially in this industry. And since you're based in Brazil, Brazil for me was always a very special market and very special area because Brazil is one of the largest producers and always on top of the technologies, using the latest and greatest. So can you tell us a little bit more about that region? What is special about it?
Yes, Nick. Brazil is really special. We are able to export for more than 140 countries. And the day that we are today, that is the globalization, more and more is important to have and to be able to export to these countries. But to be able to export to this country means that we need to have a health control of these flocks, of this poultry that we are producing, or this swine that we are producing. We need to be able to track everything that was used on during the life of these animals on the field. And also, we need to plan what is the best size or the best weight of each product that these customers are buying, like the Arabic countries, or that's where they have a very specific on tiny chicks, and that we have a very low range of weight you need to feed. Then Brazil is really important. Okay, and because of this, that most of the people wanted to see why and what we are doing here. We had some experience with on the countries that we are attending from Brazil, and also the consulting that are working here, that our customers are asking, how do you do this in Brazil? How Brazil manage this? And we have this experience to share, because we are not just selling software, but we are also sharing cultures and sharing knowledge on the production.
Okay. What do you think the main challenges are? I mean, we're living in a world which is crazy right now, isn't it? I mean, with COVID-19, and it's having such an impact on poultry companies across the world. So, I mean, how is Brazil coping with that? What are the real challenges today?
Gene, I can tell you that this moment, the most important thing is to be able to change your production, reducing or increasing on the day or on the week, on time. Okay. We are facing with many customers that we are helping and others that we are supporting. They have the slaughterhouse that are closing, or other slaughterhouse that they have a lot of infections, that they need to reduce the production on the day, because like 20% of the production cannot go. They need to reduce, and they are planning and looking what to do and what is the best decision to take to reduce the loss. Because if you have the whole information, if you have your whole inventory, and you know what you have on the field, and also you can see how will be the result of this on predictions, and we are able to take the best decision, running many scenarios. And we also have some companies that we are looking and seeing that they are faced with a lot of problems, because the planning modules are on, or the planning information is on one spreadsheet that is maybe with the one or two people and the company. And they are needing to share these spreadsheets on Zoom meetings, etc. But everybody knows that it's not easy from home with the poor connections to work with these huge spreadsheets. And maybe this person became sick, and then they are on their hands. And more and more we see that this is the real situation today. And also another point is to collect the data from the farms, with the situation that nobody can visit, and we need to keep the people at home. We need to keep the social distancing, and how to get this data without the visit, how to get this data on time, and then more and more important is the IoT. Okay. And this is the main importance now with the COVID-19, the situation that we really, really seeing here today.
Yeah, you stressed out that the importance of real-time data collection is a big thing right now, and IoT really helps there, right? And we talked recently with Jim on one of our podcasts about Internet of Things, and I just wanted to ask you, like, how is region of Brazil and Latin America is picking up on all those technologies?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, Nick. IoT continue growing is a solution that everybody believes that is very important, but is still on baby steps, and we need to work and to get this more and more implemented, because this is the way that we will have the big data. This is the way that we will have the right information to take the best decisions on the artificial intelligence modules, because this is a primary information for us to get or to do the perfect plan. Okay, and but in fact, with the many cases that we already saw here, we already prove that is very important, like discovering situations on the feed, or discoveries on giving alerts to the farmers that they can take the decision on time, and they are not waiting for 2 or 3 days to discover that they have a problem. But in the moment that the temperature is high, they can already take a decision. They can already fix that. And in the same way that to organize with the feed mill to don't waste feed or to don't miss feed on the farms, it's very, very important. But this is something that needs to be consolidated. It's working, it's growing, it's becoming more and more effective, but it's something that we really need to embrace around the world. It's not only a situation in Latin America, because it's the main focus here, but it's around the world. And we know that more and more that the technology is more consolidated, more companies and implementations and data we will get from these farms.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is the future, isn't it? It's the way forward, but that involves using a lot of data and increasing the amount of data that we use. And you stressed already the importance of planning and flexibility in planning and having the tools to do that properly. How do we utilize, or how are you utilizing artificial intelligence in the MTech tools now in Brazil and going forward?
Oh yeah. We are using artificial intelligence in many parts of the software. Artificial intelligence is embedded. It's nothing that is you need to do in a different way. No, for us in MTech, it's embedded on the solutions that we are providing to the customers. We are working, for example, with the weight prediction. This is because it's very important in the markets that you need to plan by weight and you need to kill the birds on the right way. And we are having very, very interesting surprises when we are analyzing the data from customers. And because many times they are looking what affecting the weight or affecting the production, and they believe that some things are affecting, like the time that they are placing or something like that. And when we run like the 3 years, the module, and we are seeing what really is the most important factors on the growth, they are taking some surprise. They are giving some surprise. They say, okay, I didn't realize that this is much more important than the other. And this is guiding the investments on the production. It's guiding the decisions that they are taking on the production. and not only making improvements on the prediction, but also helping to see what is important to make improvements on the day by day or on the task that they are realizing that. But independent of that, Jean, we have on the schedule plan, we have one module. We are implementing also on the actuability module, and also on the one module that is to optimize the best mix of production or the best mix of queue schedule. Well, for the customer, is transparent. Is nothing that, but they see the result. They see the best planning, and they see that they can take more advantage with our tools. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. I think the artificial intelligence really helps with the planning, but like you said, it has also this really interesting effect where you can see that something that you thought was important and affecting your performance is not the main factor that is affecting it. And it also helps with changing the ways people are doing planning and how we do planning for the future. And talking about the planning, we will be launching a new product, right? New version of the product pretty soon. And this is processing plant optimization planning that is very heavy on artificial intelligence. And Mariana, I think you're the best person to talk about this. Could you please let us a little bit more information about it?
Oh, yes, Nick. It's a pleasure because it's a baby that is almost born, and July is July is the to get is ready, the first release, of course, because we will make more and more developments after that. We will continue making improvements on the solution. And this module is responsible to take the information of the queue schedule and provide to the customer what is the best mix of production, and looking to the plant resources, to look into the human resources that will help the companies to take the best decision on investments internally on the slaughterhouse, and to see where they have the bottlenecks, so where they have the best profit, what is the best production, what is the best mix. And we know that it makes a lot of difference, because most of the planning systems that we see around the world and many solutions that are available on the market, they don't have the capability to see the animal, and is like to disable the
deconstruct the animal into products and assemble it back. It's like two-way. You disassemble, then assemble again.
Yeah, this is the point, because you have on one side the sales orders or your sales forecast, and you have the other side the field. And then it's not only to take more raw material and to increase that. No, like you have the whole bird, you have the whole swine, and you need to transform this whole animal in the products and on your best mix. And there's a lot of things to talk about that. I believe that it's a good podcast on the future to talk about that and to show a little bit how the module works. And it's really nice. It's using deep reinforcement learning, and there's very high tech and web-based software on cloud. It is our future. Okay, it's really, really nice. We'll be glad to see this new application.
Oh, that's great, Mariane, and thanks for giving us, Nick. Let's take a note of that. There's another podcast there for that processing planning tool. Thanks for that, Mariane. But thanks for joining us, Mariane. And you've taken us through the last 25 years of your experience, and things have changed a lot. There's been a tremendous evolution of tools and software tools, from basic KPIs and costing that you said right at the start of your career. And you've taken us right through the journey in terms of IoT, the importance of flexible planning tools to help in moving away from spreadsheets. And you brought us right up to date with the latest version soon to be launched of the processing planning tool. And we talked about big data, we talked about artificial intelligence. So you brought us right bang up to date. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, and
now,
thanks everyone.
Too is sorry, folks, and is looking at previous podcasts. I mean, I think it's important, Nick. We just mentioned that we've done a few podcasts now, and people might be joining in and looking at some of the more recent stuff. Our previous podcast is all on the MTech website, so please go and have a look and catch up with any you may have missed.
Yeah, that's great that you mentioned this, that we're running this series of podcasts. So don't miss them, and join us on social media. We are on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram. And of course, thanks, Mariana, for joining us today.
Obrigado. And I wanted to say you that it's my pleasure to participate and also to help on sustainability and defeat the world. This is our main strategy today, okay?
Great. Thanks, Mariane. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. See you in the next one.